Man is born free, and everywhere he is in chains. Nietzsche's gaze. A man stands alone in a dim room, staring into a cracked mirror. His reflection isn't just worn, it's hollowed out. The sharp jaw he once carried with defiance sags under the weight of a life spent bending. He's a provider, a protector, the good man society applauds. But the mirror doesn't lie. It shows a stranger tamed not by iron but by a myth, that his worth is measured by how much he can give. This isn't just his face, it's yours. The world didn't chain you with force. It did it with praise, convincing you to call your cage freedom. Here on Dark Psyphoria, we don't turn away from the wound. We lean into it, the sting of abandonment, the betrayal of living for someone else's script. What if the real oppression isn't what they scream about? What if it's you, the modern man, stripped of your will to power, that primal pulse to live fully, fiercely, without apology? Nietzsche saw it. Society doesn't want you strong. It wants you useful. It wants you to love your leash, to call obedience honor, to mistake control for connection. This isn't about pointing fingers at women. It's about facing the mirror. The myth of the good man tells you to sacrifice, to suppress, to serve. But what if that nobility is just slavery dressed in virtue? What if your pride in providing is a lie to keep you tame? The truth cuts, but it's the only way through. You can keep polishing your chains, or you can see them for what they are. Awareness is a blade, sharp, cold, and yours to wield. Subscribe to Dark Psyphoria, not for noise, but for the voice you've silenced too long. Your own. Are you ready to look into the mirror and see the man you've become? Or will you turn back to the comfort of the cage? The stage is set before you're born. A boy, raw with fire, chases dreams of conquest, creation, rebellion. His aggression is alive, his hunger boundless. But the world doesn't cheer this. It corrects it. Teachers scold his restlessness. Parents demand he sit still. By the time he's a man, that fire is a flicker, funneled into a cubicle, a mortgage, a vow to be responsible. This is domestication, and it feels like a knife in the gut, not just of him, but of something ancient in every man. Your biology screams for risk, dominance, exploration, drives carved into your bones over millennia. Your psyche turns these into ambition, courage, the need to build something greater. Your spirit calls it the will to power, Nietzsche's name for the soul's hunger to burn bright unapologetically. But the world wants a performer, not a lion. From childhood, your desires are labeled wrong. Aggression, toxic, competitiveness, selfish, sexual hunger, predatory. Schools reward compliance. Work demands you bow to hierarchies that don't see your worth. Even love, the thing you're told will save you, comes with a script. Pursue, pay, propose, prove you're useful. The stage lights blind you, and you play the part, believing the applause means you're free. Have you ever mistaken obedience for intimacy? The silence in those moments isn't empty. It's surgical. It carves away your authenticity, leaving only what serves the system. What does it mean to be a good man? Nietzsche saw through the lie. The virtues we praise, selflessness, sacrifice, putting others first, are chains forged by slave morality. They don't lift you, they leash you. Your biology thrives on asserting strength, yet society calls it toxic masculinity. Your psyche craves creation, yet you're taught to seek approval. Your salary, your status, your ability to keep her smiling. Your spirit starves, because the will to power isn't about being useful. It's about being whole. You're not living for yourself. You're performing for a crowd that will never know you. Picture it. You pursue her, you pay for dinner, you kneel with a ring. You think you're the one in control. But Nietzsche would laugh. The pursuer begs for validation. The provider's worth depends on what he gives. This isn't power, it's servitude wrapped in privilege. The cruelest twist. You're taught to take pride in it. You grind through a job you hate to afford a house you barely live in. You bury dreams for responsibility. Society claps. What a great husband. What a dedicated father. But at what cost? The cost is your soul, the wild, untamed force that once drove men to chart new worlds, to defy the impossible. It's gone, redirected to serve a system that doesn't care. One minute she was warmth, the next calculation. If you love me, you'll change, she says. Your natural state, your hunger for freedom, variety, solitude, is deemed flawed. Love becomes a contract. Comply or you're not enough. Christianity sealed this trap, making sacrifice the highest virtue. Jesus on the cross, the divine made submissive. Even in a secular age, that script lingers. The good man is defined by what he gives up, not what he becomes. Society chants equality, insisting men and women are the same. Nietzsche would call this madness, a denial of life's raw diversity. Men and women aren't equal in spirit. Men wield power through creation, conquest, competition. Women often shape it through influence, connection, nurturing. Neither is superior. They're different. Your biology craves variety, hers security. Your psyche leans toward stoicism, hers toward emotional fluency. Your spirit seeks to overcome, hers to harmonize. Denying this breeds resentment, not harmony. In relationships, the equality myth festers. You're shamed for wanting what you want, sex, freedom, ambition. She's confused when you don't feel like she does. Both of you are trapped in a lie that expects sameness where polarity sparks. Women don't want a man who mirrors them. They crave the tension of difference, the pull of masculine strength. But society calls that strength toxic, pathologizing aggression, competition, desire. Boys are medicated for energy, punished for roughness. The message is clear. Your nature is wrong. This isn't progress, it's the castration of the masculine spirit. Did she change, or did she just stop pretending? The equality lie blinds you to power. When you suppress your strength, you don't become equal. You become submissive. She doesn't become empowered. She sets the terms, and you scramble to obey. This isn't connection. It's dependence. And it leaves you both hollow, yearning for the polarity you've been taught to reject. The term toxic masculinity is a cultural blade, slicing men from their own nature. Courage, determination, stoicism, the traits that built civilization, are labeled dangerous. Nietzsche would see this as slave morality's revenge, resenting strength it cannot possess. Aggression isn't toxic, it fuels achievement. Competition isn't harmful, it sharpens you. Desire isn't predatory, it's the pulse of life. Yet these are framed as flaws to be fixed, not powers to be mastered. Women, despite the narrative, are drawn to masculine men, strong, confident, uncompromising. This contradiction breaks young men. They're told to be soft, yet softness makes them invisible. They're told strength is toxic, yet strength wins respect. This double bind breeds bitterness, not better men. Society doesn't channel your energy. It smothers it, leaving you either passive or reckless, neither truly powerful. The real rebellion is stillness. When you refuse to apologize for your nature, you claim sovereignty. This isn't about lashing out. It's about standing firm, acting from your own values, not the script. The stage may hiss, but you don't need their cheers. The cage isn't locked. It never was. The hardest truth is you built it, brick by brick, every time you chose approval over authenticity. Nietzsche's resentment names it. Society redefines strength as vice, weakness as virtue, to control what it fears. Your aggression is called domination, your desire objectification. This isn't critique, It's a war to neutralize your power. But you can walk away, not by raging at the system, but by mastering yourself. Reject the shame. Your strength isn't toxic. It's the foundation of everything worth building. Your ambition isn't selfish. It's your birthright. This isn't about dominating others. It's about refusing to be dominated by guilt, expectations, or the need for validation. The will to power is your right to create, to live by your own code, to stand tall without apology. If this truth cracked something open in you, share it. Not for the algorithm, but for the soul still asleep. Ask yourself, what do I want? Not what you're told to want, not what makes you good. What does your soul demand in this one fleeting life? The answer will burn, but it's the key to the cage. The wound remains, the hollow face in the mirror, the betrayal of the boy who burned with fire. But now you see it. You didn't lose your power to society, to women, to morality. You gave it away, chasing the illusion of approval, believing usefulness was strength. That's the truth you've been dodging. You weren't tamed by force. You chose the chains, mistaking them for love, duty, honor. But the cage is open. The will to power, that ancient, untamed pulse, still beats inside you. It's not about conquest over others, but sovereignty over yourself. Nietzsche's master morality calls you to create, not critique, to affirm, not negate. Stop performing on the stage. Stop auditioning for worthiness. Your value isn't in what you provide. It's in what you are. A man who lives by his own values, who masters his nature, doesn't need validation. He simply is. See him now, a man at dawn, horizon vast before him. His breath is steady, his eyes clear. The chains lie broken at his feet, not because he fought, but because he chose to walk away. This is the masculine arc, from seeking validation to finding internal gravity, from dependence to connection, from illusion to truth. The world will call you selfish, toxic, immature. Let it. Those are just the system's claws trying to drag you back. Women don't want a man who serves them. They want a man who stands complete, offering connection from strength, not need. The polarity of masculine and feminine thrives on difference, not sameness. Embrace it and you'll find not just power, but peace. Comment below with, I am ready to claim your choice to live unapologetically. This isn't a trend, it's a reckoning. The man you were meant to be isn't gone. He's waiting not in the mirror, but beyond it. Step through. This is dark Psyphoria, where the illusion ends, and something ancient begins. Thank you for watching. Walk your path with quiet strength.